Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, what is up? This is Olivia Igwe coming live from London, and I have Makeda with me. So if you guys are watching on a replay, drop us a hashtag style. Tell us where you guys are tuning in from. We want to know live on Insta and here on Facebook. So, Makeda, thank you for coming over.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here. I have to say that the exit from my home here was quite intense. I'm a mom of under 3-year-olds. I have twin baby girls and I have a toddler. And it's just
3 kids under 3, and you're still doing network marketing. Guys who are tuning on an Insta, this is Makeda, and she's going to be talking. We do this podcast where we interview women that are smashing it in network marketing. And also, of course, women of color. Oh, look, thank you. I got your earrings, Faith. Guys, if you want some earrings, Faith is your woman. We already have 2 people that are really interested. So if you guys are interested, I can connect you.
amazing.
Makeda, tell me. So, yeah, you left your home,
Yeah.
abandoned your kids for a couple of hours.
And you know, it's really interesting with little humans. You think they don't know, but they know everything. And
Yeah,
so-
listen to this one. What happened?
So I got up in the morning. We've got a bit of the time shift. They were fine. They woke up as if there was no time shift. And I was looking all over for my keys, for my debit card, so I can use the, tap around London. I'm looking for my jewelry. I always wear a purple crystal ring and my wedding ring. And I have, my spiritual armor, my crystals. I'm a crystal girl. It was all, couldn't find it. And then there's me walking around the house. I know it was one of you ladies. Bearing on these little baby girls, I'm like, what are you talking about, mummy? And just as I was leaving, my youngest was like, and literally she was saying to me, yeah, it was me. It was me because I saw the keys.
How smart are these kids? They will hide the keys and the credit card for the kids, not for the mom not to go out. Like these kids of 2023, they're so smart.
They are.
So welcome, my love. Today we're going to be talking about how Makeda went from losing herself and finding her purpose through network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So backstory, Makeda and I, this is the first time we're meeting, but we connected on social, which is probably 50% of the time, or 90% of what I do now, because we have Arlette here that's going to come and have a breakfast with us. Well, lunch, waffles and chicken. And she's like, how do you meet everybody? Like, how do you know this person and this person? I'm like, social media.
It's such a great space, isn't
It's
it?
such a great space. And that's how we connected through Bosley, who's our business mentor in the network marketing space that has done incredibly well, sold more than 8-figure earner, 1,000 million customers, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And so we learned through her program, we connected, and yeah, it was at love at first sight, if one would say. We just connected. There's just some people you can connect straight away. So we're going to jump into her story of like why she lost herself. So if this resonates, you can share it with a friend, or if you see Makeda, reach out to her. This is just about telling her story and how she went from being lost to being found. And that's generally what we find through network marketing. I mean, we will talk about the myth of network marketing only targets women.
Oh gosh, and mums.
We are going to talk about that sort of like crazy myth that's not even a thing, but doesn't matter. So tell me, Makeda, who are you? What do you do?
Okay. So my name is Makeda Bernard, and everything that Olivia said was correct. We connected on social media, and the reason probably why I'm sat where I'm sat now is because, let's give some props to Olivia. Why not? That we're in the same group, we're multicultural. For me, there isn't enough Black and brown sisters in the main front in terms of network marketing. And I'm always curious to see anyone in the UK that's crushing it and that's doing exceptionally well. The States is a different ball game. It's all happening over here, but I want to know what's going on with us here. Why are we not on the marketing literature? Why are we not front center stage? Because we definitely have the skill set and the ability to thrive and be successful. And so anyone that pops up, I'm like, okay, let me see what's up. And the energy, the vibrance, the resonance, the passion, just pulls me in. And I was like, I could actually learn something from this individual. Initially, that's kind of what I felt. And so loving, liking, supporting, so yeah, and that's it. And so when I was invited to come on the podcast, I didn't even think about, childcare.
No, literally, she was like, okay, this weekend, girl, no, I can't this weekend, but we could do the weekend after.
It was Mother's Day. That's how.
It was on Mother's Day. Oh yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
I don't even have any kids, so I'm like, because and on Mother's Day in Italy, for example, it was like Dad's Day. Okay. So it was. I don't even follow anymore. Hey, Brenna. But no, and it's beautiful because I think that is what distinguishes us in terms of in our field. And yes, we're mixed race. I'm half Nigerian, half Scottish, born in the UK. I claim myself as an Italian, even though my boyfriend was like, you're not Italian, but it doesn't matter. Let's just make up a whole thing for you. Yeah. What's your descendant?
So Jamaican and Chinese, even though it's
No
so my dad is dual heritage, lighter than you.
No way.
And my mom's got really strong. She's Jamaican as well, but we feel like she might have some Nigerian and some and Caribbean in there. So my hair actually gets really straight. So even though I'm obviously darker toned or yellow toned, I have certain resonance of
features. This is like, that's why I say multicultural here in London. You can find anybody and everybody. So that's awesome. So when I was saying the fact that we just take action, and I think that's what we're missing in this thing is like in the US, it's very much entrepreneur. Here in the UK, there's not enough of like, hey, I say I do something and I do it, which Makeda is already a star in that. And that's just what differentiates us. So tell me how you, how did you, because you said you went burnout. So how did you find network marketing?
So me and Olivia were talking a little bit before we got on here, and I was telling her my story of how I moved from Cheltenham to London to here to there, and tried and experience different vocations. So I met my husband. I always say I went husband shopping. It's a bit of a thing. I made a decision.
Why not?
I made a decision that I was ready to get married, and I was going to put the energy out there and the intention that I was going to attract the ideal person. The people that I was dating before didn't fit that. I came to them, look, I'm looking for something long term. Whoa, no, not after that. I'm just after a bit of fun. Let's keep it moving. And so I met my husband online via an Islamic dating site. And it was very, very swift. And I guess when you set your intention and your focus, you can move mountains.
I love that. The setting intention. Guys, if you have set intention before, drop a yes in the comments.
Yeah, you can move and you can glide. So I met my husband, and then 4 months later, we got married. And then 6 months later, and not many people know this.
Really?
And then 6 months into our marriage, I was pregnant with my firstborn. So in my mind, being, a multi-potentialite, a free-spirited individual, I approached my husband. I was like, look, let's just enjoy married life. Like, there's no rush for babies, all the rest of it. And he kind of reminded me of how old I was. Not that age is a reason why we should rush for children, but he reminded me, close to my 40s.
Men, like reminding you, how dare you? Yeah. Let me talk about that. Like, how dare you? Yes.
And the whole thing of like, well, we're married, so it's all halal. And my husband is Muslim. He's Ghanaian. He was born there, so he comes with that. Well, actually, we're married. Let's just have go with the flow. And me being so me, so I'll commit to 6 months intensive, and if it doesn't happen, I don't want the pressure. Anyway, on the 6 month, pregnant with my daughter.
Wow.
Both very happy. We relocated from where we was living, and we moved over to Woolwich. And I remember I sat there on the sofa and I was just like, God, we really need to fill this home with babies. I was like really ready. I think, 6 months, I was ready. Didn't realize I was pregnant with my daughter. Fast forward, she arrived at 26 weeks and 2 days. So normally a pregnancy.
For the ones that don't have kids, 26 weeks. Can we talk in months?
Oh my God. Hold on.
My sister the other day, she talks to me. She's like, yeah, my little nugget is, he's 15 months. I'm like,
she's probably just over 6 months cooking.
Wow, a premature baby.
Yeah, extremely premature. Yeah, if I got the dates wrong, anyone.
Yeah, guys, I'm sure my mom will watch this and she'll be like, as a midwife, no.
But I recall that we
but not 9 months. Is it you keep the baby 9 months?
Yeah, technically, yes. It wasn't the 9 months. And I remember the reason I'm doing it like that because we didn't stay in the hospital. Maybe she said 6, nearly 7 months, but we didn't stay in the hospital. We stayed in the hospital for 3 months, so we wasn't allowed to leave the hospital until she was 35 weeks, and that's how I base it on. So, so she was extremely premature, very, very tiny, for obvious reasons, and it just meant that the whole processing of going on maternity leave,
Mm-hmm.
that was taken away.
Wow.
You know, enjoying the final stages of pregnancy, that was taken. It was literally, you know, she made it into this 26 weeks and 2 days because
Wow.
I was, you know, so that was not, it's better than 24 weeks, but it's quite intense.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just didn't get a chance to process because met my husband. We was living living our best life, got pregnant, that came with its challenges, and then a baby had arrived. And so it really pushed me into this whole role of she's here and, you know, I'm a wife and I haven't really, you know, figured that out, but we're going along our journey. And now I'm a mum. And actually at the time I felt like a bit like a bodyguard because I'm in hospital with supporting her because the goal is to get her home safely.
Oh, wow.
So all of that had happened. It was all intense. And when we finally brought her home, maybe a few months into it, I was just like, I'm grateful to be a mother. I love her. She's amazing. But you know, I still have that association of, well, I've got all these skills. I've got all of this. How do you balance that? So you've got your mum friends, your mum community saying they grow up really quickly and you've got to pour everything into them. But I'm just like, but I know that I'm here for a far greater purpose. And the other thing that came to mind was my daughter arrived early. Why did she arrive early? There was no medical reason why she arrived early. Maybe there's something purpose driven. You know, I don't want to get too deep. But I just thought,
no, but even as a, you know, why is she here? I mean, we all have these things. I mean, I love like Arlette and I connect because my sister is a mom and talks in weeks, and I'm like, yeah, I know we connect. But yeah, there's always a reason, but sometimes you'll never be able to understand the reason until maybe like when she's 5,
right?
And then that will just click.
Well, it's showing now. She's a genius.
How old is she? She's 3, right?
She's 3. She's a genius.
Yeah,
she can read books like confidently. Initially, I thought she was just. I mean, no, most kids can read books. Don't get me wrong,
no. But
what I'm saying
for
is,
3, you know, my nephew still like he's smart too. But
all babies are smart, and they all show it in different ways. But she's confidently presenting that she needs more. She can count to 100. She can do basic adding and counting. She can read books. There's so much, and she is the type of individual whereby she's having to remind me, "Mummy, lunch. Mummy, dinner." You know.
Yeah,
you know, because
I've already just fumed myself. I mean, I ate yesterday. Arlette, don't laugh, but I ate. It was like 11 o'clock. Yeah. So, you know, somebody told me at 7 they're hungry. I'm like, yeah, feed yourself, my love.
You know, I give them because I've got the twins as well. So sometimes things can get a little bit.
Were
lost.
The twins like prepared, or because 3 under 3, or was this like miracle babies that are just popping from you? Is this just what it is?
It's just miracle babies just popping out of nowhere. So when I was pregnant, again, I did have a miscarriage before, and that is fine. That happened, you know, a baby arrived a little bit too sooner than it needed to, and I'm grateful. And I think the twins were like waiting on the sidelines. Look, we're ready to be born now. We're ready to happen. So Ayana wasn't even. She was barely 1, wasn't she? She's not even 2 when I was pregnant. So that came with its own challenges. But I mean, I love the twins, but I always focus on Ayana because I never even though I was not a mom, not just nothing. Yeah, I'm a mother. Chief warrior, as I call her, came everywhere with me. She came to all the business meetings, all the Zoom calls. I still believed that I could continue the journey regardless. And I think that's what, you know, I was struggling with this whole, you really shouldn't take her to, right? You shouldn't really have her on you, because I still was working, like had on my online marketing stuff. Oh, you really should.
So were you working at Whole Foods at that time, or?
I'd left Whole Foods.
Okay, so at this time you're pregnant, went back to work?
I set up my meditation practice.
Okay, because you're an award-winning practicer. I know we're going to dissect into that, but how did that happen? Now, how did you juggle that and a mom? I know you guys are superpowers, but so tell me about that.
So I was doing all the meditation work within different schools. It was the holidays anyway, because it was August when she arrived, so it's all the holidays, etc. So all of that was fine. Mm-hmm. But I had all my online stuff, so I used to do a lot of stuff online. I had some workshops and stuff like that I was doing. So technically I would have been on maternity leave, so there was never really any pressure to do anything other than, brought her back, and I just put a lot of pressure on myself, felt the need to do stuff. But COVID happened around the time that Ayana.
Okay.
So COVID happened. So me and my
2022, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So COVID happened around the time, and we was going everywhere. You know, I was doing this, I was exploring this, I wanted to build on this. So my plans never really changed. You know, if you look back on all my videos, she was always very much present. Now, the network marketing aspect was COVID happened, and I couldn't work. I couldn't do any group stuff, and I couldn't do any personal stuff.
You were doing in-person events, right? With the workshops?
Yeah.
So COVID like took that out from you, and
correct.
It would all be at home.
Yeah.
How was that?
I think that's when it suddenly dawned on me that this thing where I was going back and forth and I'm still socializing, I'm still working, it was just me and my daughter. And me and my daughter was fine, but it was kind of like, I felt we couldn't go out because we couldn't.
Yeah.
And I couldn't socialize with other mums. I didn't have a support network.
Wow.
I was away from my friends and family.
Okay.
And so it just suddenly really hit home. And I wasn't really that savvy online, you know, because I was doing a lot of stuff in person.
Person to person. And that was like the energy was better. People could feel you. So right. When you were out of it, it's like, I'm at home in like a shoebox. Not a shoebox, but it feels like it because you can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
Wow. Okay. And so how did, what was going through your mind? Like, what was the pain?
And that's where the feeling of loss came, because I was just like, everyone's like, well, you know, it's great you're at home with your daughter, so just enjoy her. But you know, when you've just got this big vision and this big why and this driving force that says you are supposed to be doing more than what you are doing. And I know that, you know, when you talk out about it, it's like, well, or you putting pressure on yourself, you know, or you just saying that because there's, you know, there's a little level of anxiety because you're not really mentally prepared for motherhood. Is it all of that? And I guess I tried to explain to people like, no, it's just, I have something ingrained in me that I'm of service.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would say, but you should really be pouring that energy into my daughter. And I struggled with that. So it was a lot of pull push. You know, you've got someone here who needs you to pour into them, but you're talking about pouring out.
When you know that you have a vision, and I want to, because I don't know if you guys went to watch the replay and tuning in, but Makeda's somebody that stands out. I know, I don't know if Arlette's still in there, but Arlette also stands out. I stand out. And it's the fact that we shine so bright that wherever we go, there's not a moment where people don't look around or
people
like stare at you.
People stare at me. People want to talk to me. People want to
even
share
if you
things.
looked in, even if you looked like a bin bag, it wouldn't change anything. People want to come up.
Look like mama this, mama that. You know, the stereotype was all stereotypical. There is no one shoe fits all. But I always feel like a bit like a drab mama. You know, I used to have like food on me. The jumper that I put before I got here had like a jam print on me. Like, you know, life is chaotic being a mum to 3 babies. But like you said, people still want to connect, so want to talk to me.
They still want to talk to you, and I won't. I mean, you know, without making it, you know, sound too on, you know, one side. Hey, Karen, I just feel that there are some people when they know their purpose, they know their gift. There's something different. I haven't seen much of that. I see that, for example, in Jessie Lee, the first time I met her. She just shone so bright compared to all other people. I don't know if it's because we've worked on ourselves. Is it because it's a gift? Is it because we were born to change the world like Ed Milet? I don't know what it is, but it's something that just attracts people automatically. And I didn't want to have it. If I could hide away and not show my face, I would. But we would be doing a disservice to the world.
And I tried, like I said before we got on the call, I tried to do the whole, let me just hide away. Let me just do something really basic and really different. But no matter,
try to blend in.
Why?
Why are you going away on the side of the screen? She's trying to hide away from the screen as if
I'm looking for those waffles. I'm like, why is this waffle?
No, you know what? Arlette, the waffles are not done yet, but it will be done by the time we finish this live. I'll get it done. I promise.
And the thing is, I have a habit of bumping in. You know, if people got great energy, I have a habit of bumping in. So I'm literally just trying not to do it, but literally every 2 minutes I'm like, just want to be here. So that's what it is. But thank you for reminding me, because I'm like, yeah.
Where are you going? Like, as she was saying, I don't want to shine. I'm going away, because we do that all the time. I realize, I don't know, is it because Is it because maybe your background is so different and you have Asian blood? Or is it because, for example, my mom is Scottish, my dad's Nigerian, I'm born in the UK, I feel like a stranger in my own country. I feel that there's something thriving, and I don't know why it is, but she said she found herself through network marketing. And I know we're segueing into something else, but I think the only place where you feel comfortable and you feel like yourself is network marketing, because it's literally just like McDonald's. You come as you are. It doesn't matter if you've been tattooed, if you're, or should I say maybe entrepreneurship, although the part of entrepreneurship, and maybe you have felt this, is that you're doing everything alone. So me as a stylist, I'm working alone. So if you're coming to my services, I can't give you my intern because she doesn't have the experience of me working at Karl Lagerfeld or, studying at Marangoni. It's so much different.
That's right.
And so I didn't like the fact of trading that. And I would like to know what your reason was. But my reason of why I jumped back into network marketing, my mom was in it. So we're second generation. Well, I'm second generation. And then just didn't find the right company for me until I didn't have actually somebody that could coach me, which now, is Fraser Brooks. But it was the fact that I didn't have the support until I looked for it and I was okay with my past. But why network marketing speaks to you the most? Why this? And why your company? And then we'll talk about the stigma.
So I stumbled into network marketing probably when I was in my teeny boppy years. People would approach me with opportunities, but I didn't know it was network marketing. They didn't do a great job of explaining what it was about.
No, but back in the day, it really was like, come into my group and then I'll tell you after once you get into it.
It was very mysterious.
Right? But if you look at it, it's entrepreneurship. It's like this ain't anything else.
So I'd always get prospected, not realize I was getting prospected. And I think I joined a company and it was to help a friend out. She was like, oh, look, I just started this thing. And, so I was like, yeah. And, I had a good amount of income, a disposable income. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll buy a box. And I used the product. Didn't do anything with it because I didn't understand the concept of it.
That's your first company?
I never mention names. Is that right to mention?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, no, okay. I'm not.
So it was Forever Living. Someone approached me for Forever Living, and it was in alignment with natural
with you,
products, and with me and who I was about. So I did it. I bought the products. Didn't understand what it was all about. Fast forward to motherhood and COVID, and being a meditation and mindfulness practitioner around crystals.
Nice.
I thought, you know what, I can do a subscription box. Came with the entrepreneurial mind. I didn't actually never called myself an entrepreneur, but I clearly have that mindset.
Interesting.
So I was like, yeah, you know what, I can do subscription boxes. So I got in touch with a company that I worked in partnership with when I worked for Whole Foods Market.
Okay.
Neil's Yard. Didn't even know they had a network marketing M&L scheme.
So you know what? I didn't even know Neil's Yard did that. But now that I made that the subscription box, that makes sense.
So I once again didn't know it was network marketing, but I knew that as an independent, whatever, I could buy products, put it in my thing with my crystals and my bits and bobs and send it off. It was doing well. My daughter was there helping me pack stuff. A lot of people's stuff had dribble on it, but they were very forgiving of it. And it was doing great until someone saw my sales and was just like, you're not recruiting. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's wholesale, right? I thought, just get the products.
So you're very much customer based, a bit like my mom, where, you love just sharing the product.
Well, that's what I thought. I didn't know about the whole recruiting and building. I didn't know it was an option. And in figuring out motherhood with a baby as well, it was just like, it seemed really simple until someone said, do you know about comp plan? Do you know about this? Do you know about the other? And when they started to talk about it, I thought, oh, that's me. Let's work, get people in, la 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 la. Let's just make it happen.
Okay.
But what had happened was that I joined a team, and the majority of the team, where I was the only Black person in the team, and I'm okay. And actually, I can share this. It has nothing to do with Neil's Yard. They're an amazing company and brand, and they gave me the exceptional training when I worked in partnership with Whole Foods. It just happens to be that I was connected to a team where this was going on. So there was always blocks. So if you wanted to rank up or learn a skill, you had to meet a quota before they would give you the training. And that's not Neil's Yard. That's just that particular team, not Neil's Yard whatsoever. Love them, they're amazing, blah blah blah. It was
it's like, that's the thing that I must say in network marketing, which we have to break. But then of course you got rotten apples and you got good apples.
That's right.
Is the fact that you're going to have it. You join the company, which is great, but then you're also connected to a mentor, and then you're also connected to the product. That's why I always say, if you guys want to join network marketing, find the product that you love, find the mentor that is talking the talk and walks the walk.
Right.
And third, what is the vision? And then align it to you and then run. And that's, yeah.
So that was my first introduction.
Yeah.
So I go in, and that was that. And so I had the potential to grow and do really well. I didn't really understand the marketing plan.
You actually don't really need to know, if we have to be honest.
Yeah, I
still don't know the whole marketing plan of my company, but I'll talk about it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't know the ins and the outs, but I just loved the potential that I could grow and progress.
Yeah,
that's my language. I want to grow. I want to progress. But there were so many blocks, and an undertone of prejudice and all the rest of it. And what I realized is that it was an individual who wasn't used to someone who was a go-getter and who was saying, I want to learn more. How can I do what you do? Not she wasn't thinking in terms of, wow, we've got a power player in here. And as a network, if I'm doing well, she's doing well. If she does well, I'm doing well.
Yeah, but that's your abundance mindset. I think that's what another thing of network marketing is, the fact that there's no, which is a beautiful part of like, if you recruited somebody, she can outrate you, but it doesn't matter. You still connected with her. You're still going to earn commissions from her. But the thing is, like, she didn't want the shine away from her. When, if you think of it, if she was smart enough, she would have edified you to be like, hey, we got a superstar here. Let's build her up.
That's right.
So once that happened, that was during COVID, right?
That was during COVID.
So how did you get into your other one? Because that's not Neil from.
That's good. No, of course. So why? So I was actively looking for someone like you did. I was pregnant with the twins, and
you were actively looking. Okay, interesting.
I was actually looking for a coach or a mentor.
Okay,
but I'm new to network marketing, so I didn't know who I was looking for.
Okay.
So I was kind of like with pregnant belly. I couldn't work the business in the same way as I would, because I was heavily pregnant and really, really sick. But in the meantime, I was looking and searching, and probably the day before I not dropped physically, but just had the babies.
Oh, okay. So the baby popped out.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, did you fall? Okay, no, this is baby mom language.
Mom isn't going to know what I'm talking about, but before the babies arrived, I was actively looking, and actually I crossed Jessie Lee's path by a third or fourth part, someone who joined Empire. But the thing was that, I love when curiosity, I get it. But when you're actively looking for someone and no one's telling you who it is, it was just like, well, if she's the number one, who is the number one? And I'm trying to do my homework, figuring out who this number one is, and couldn't find it. And someone in the comments said, oh, is it this person? And I was like, well, a lot of people saying this person's name. Let me go and check out this person. So if the original person who I wrote said, who it is, and she wouldn't let me know. She was like, I'll do the big reveal in a couple of days. I ain't got time for that. I was ready to join, figure it out, get to know this person, get coached by it. It would have been probably Empire. So, but I didn't know about the key. I didn't know about
the ketones and stuff.
I didn't know about. It was just more about I want to be coached and mentored. And some coach and mentors, private coach and mentors. Anyway, took a left. Found this person and
took a left.
Took a left. Yeah, I was gonna go right, and I took a. Oh no, this is left. I took a left.
I was like, doesn't matter. Let's move on. Okay, you went to right. Yeah.
So anyway, I had a conversation with the person in question that everyone had mentioned, and I loved her vibe, and it all worked out. I loved her vibe. I love her teaching style. I was very straight with her. I said, look, I'm looking for someone to coach and mentor me. I want to learn the skills. How's that going to make work? And obviously, as a true network marketer, she says, well, I don't. She goes, for you, she's so schmoozy. For you, I'll train you for free, because she must have looked at my profile and what I was up to and thought, actually, she's a power player. Of course, I'm gonna whatever she needs.
Yeah, I really do think there's something in the industry where you have to just stay straightforward. You got to be straight. Like, I'm in network marketing, and so I'm unbothered about what you think. You don't like it. That's what your opinions was at the time. But let me tell you this, back in the day when you decided to go from being a sales assistant to be a barista, nobody told you, oh, you're going from barista to being a sales associate or vice versa. Right. Whereas in network marketing, we're like, oh, are you selling products? Girl, sit your ass down. It's not only just products. You grow. Like, you can see her smile. You can see her energy. Like, she is, and I haven't seen you before, and but you can see the growth of you wanting to just get better. So tell me this, now that you're on this way, the path of growth, etc., you love your product, because we always say find the product, find the mentor. What is it that you actually sell? Because we all sell.
Of course.
And we talked about it on the couch.
Selling. So I don't sell the products. Of course, they're there. They're a great foundation. It's how I make my money, and it's how some people are drawn. But I sell the bigger vision and everything along my life. And I've done different vocations. We just scratched the surface. As a multi-potentialite, we want to do things that either spark our curiosity, or bring us joy. So I always lead with joy. Does it bring me joy and happiness, and I can't vibrate and escalate high, it's just not going to be for me. So the people that are drawn to me or want to work with me or want to buy products from me, a lot of the times they don't really care about the products. It's me. I know that, they'll reach out. People reach out to me and say, look, look, what do you sell? I just want to support your business. I just want to support you. You keep coming in, you keep offering value. We've had several conversations, and you always give value and share, because my core belief system is generosity. That's my core, that's what my default is. And so people just are like, oh, okay. And the other thing is, I have a history of only wanting to work for the best. So even when I worked for employers, I have to authentically want to be a part of it and feel comfortable working for it. So I've already got a brand. My brand is, I can trust what Makeda has to say, because consistently before she was doing network marketing,
you were already shining bright like a diamond with your meditation award winning meditation club.
You can
whatever you had. What do you call it?
We call it a practice.
Okay, practice. My mom will be laughing at this. She's like, Olivia, like I told you.
We call it meditation practice.
So everything that you've done, this is basically just a puzzling of everything and foundation. So people come to you because they love what you're sharing and they love the energy. So you're in the business of making people happy and joyous, just like McDonald's, come as you are, but this is healthier version. So we're not trying to,
no, of course,
kill you guys, cancel the name of Jesus. But what has network marketing brought to you? Like, when we look at it with the ups and the downs, the first network marketing company that didn't work, the Neil that didn't work. I mean, it sounds as if like you're a living legend in the sense that you fall, but you get right back up.
Of course, because I can see that, I can see the picture. I can see what it's going to do for me, yes, for my family, but for the wider spectrum, because I want to be on a platform and I want to give it all. Okay, let's answer your question. And then I want to share something really powerful. Okay.
So what's network marketing brought to you?
It's allowed me to channel in all of my years of experience into one space. I can offer guidance. I can mentor. I can coach. I give people don't give them confidence. I show them how to be more confident, have more of this, have more of the other. So it's one space where I get to channel in my creative vibe. I love being a creative, and I struggled in all the places that I worked. There's always red tape.
My goodness. I struggled too, because I was so different. I didn't know where to, you should do this. In network marketing, you can do all of it and nobody cares.
That's right.
Man, I love that. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
So anything else? We're writing notes here. So your expertise, guidance, and what else?
Yeah. And also, to allow people to feel safe. And that's another thing that network marketing brings, when you are in the right community with the right vibe, people. So the company that I'm associated with, partnered with, is all about honesty, integrity, and truth. And I take that on board and I run with it. And yes, and if there's anything that isn't in alignment of that, it's red flags and it's a non-negotiable.
Oh yeah.
I'm not here to cut corners.
No.
Underhands in the tables and all the rest of it. And it happens in
it happens everywhere. Even in like my organization, even though I love them to pieces, You know, it's the fact that you're always going to have a rotten apple everywhere you go.
Always.
The only thing is you need to cut that rotten apple, as well, we probably say like the tail of the snake or the head of the snake, before it gets into others. That's and I think that comes with boundaries. I have learned very well now boundaries in what I'm doing. If you perform and you say, and that's why I never fall in love with the potential, which is one thing. And I know we wanted to talk about something else. I never, if you come into the team or we're recruiting you or whatever, I never fall in love with your potential. You tell me you're going to do something, you do it. If you don't do it, I believe what I see, because actions sell more than just like talking.
That's right.
And that's why people don't understand is that, and I think this was also the same mindset. You either join me or you don't. You either follow or you don't. You just want the products? That's fine. Move out of my way so I can get to the other side.
Yes.
But that's a go-getter mentality in network marketing that not everybody does.
Not everyone does. But when you start,
that's fine if you don't want it.
But when you start in the industry, you take all the volunteers because you don't know any difference.
Yeah, you're like, oh, here come, just
oh my God, my face.
I'm guilty of it. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so cool. And then I just follow.
We all do it, and then we get a little bit of heartbreak. So that's the downside. You're new, and people don't prepare you for this.
No.
People come and go.
Yeah.
People join your business and they don't do anything.
Yeah.
People say
because you're expecting them to run as fast as you. But let me remind you, not everybody has the same dreams. Right. It's an inventory business where you come in, and if you want to go out, you go out. Like, that is the hard part, because you see the potential in somebody and you're like, you're so good at what you do, but if you just dialed in a little bit more, but you can't force. I'm not dragging a dead body to wherever.
No, you just set the foundation.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about, making people feel safe.
Yeah.
So, and it takes leadership skills. So I know Fraser Brooks talks about the three key things. One is it skill set, mindset, and leadership. So when you come in as a leader, you know, you either get the brazen leader who's just like, you got to be, there's no excuses.
Yeah.
And I've had to, and you know, and as a mom in my head, I'm like, look, if I can do it, why can't these people do it? But when you dial it in and you come back to that space of compassion, we've all got our own paths to take. Yeah. And all I'm here to do is offer a safe space for you to come in. Once your volunteers come through, take the volunteers, when they come in, and you put them in categories or sections. Okay, this is, you want to run at the same pace as me. Great. You just want to be a retailer. You just want to be a distributor.
Perfect. Yeah.
And it just means that I don't want to get burnout, because I've got, as you know.
Talked about burnout. We'll probably need to do a part 2 because she went through burnout.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that.
So when you have the leadership skills and the knowledge and experience, you know that you're going to run with these individuals, you're going to nurture these individuals, support these individuals, but your energy is very, very precious. Yeah. And unless you are Jessie Lee Ward with your millions and your trillions and all the rest of it.
She got burnt out too in some level, right? But her level is different. And I think everybody today wants to say, oh, I want to be part of that 1%, but it takes work.
It takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work, dedication, sacrifice. The amount of sacrifice that I've done in my business, and I'm like,
and you question yourself, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? It's, hey Eve, it's entrepreneurship. we're talking to Alet, it's funny because I was saying it's not for everyone. Being the visionary is tough because you're going to be talking about your vision until you can often duplicate it to others. But it's the keep on going on. I say I've got 33 years of experience. So you see my breakthroughs now, but I've been putting in for the last 33 years. Even when I was born, you know, the rejection and stuff, and failing the first business, you know, supposed to get married, not married, the abortions, the stuff. Like, it's just, you have to, it's how are you willing to show up? So you wanted to talk about something did you remember what it was?
I wanted to talk about something.
Okay. That's why I have like notes, but it's okay. I was about to ask you if you wanted me to rate, but
no, it's kind of, I should have said, oh, just put that down so don't forget. It'll come back.
We talked about confidence. Was it confidence?
No, it's fine. It'll come. And it was really powerful because I just thought, you know.
I know, that's why always a pen. What did Fraser say? Always a pen is better than a long memory or short-term memory or whatever.
I was really fired up.
I know you were fired up. I was like,
it'll come back.
It'll probably come back when we eat the waffles. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, y'all. So we have about 2 more minutes. I know we said 50, but Arlette, you can start walking down. We'll open the door for you. And what do you want people to know about you and the network marketing space? Because now it's part of your DNA.
It really is.
It's insane when you catch fire and you find the right people. The support is insane. Like, I know she has my back. I have her back. If anything, we need to fight. Call me in the trenches. I will fight you in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our words are so sharp. Anyways, so what would you like your people to know?
So
if they're like sitting on the edge and they're like, I love your energy, I want another source of income, or I want to get better, but I just don't know if I can do this.
It's all about the first step. You don't need to know anything or everything. You just need to have drive. That's it. So if, I didn't come into network marketing knowing anything because it's a brand new skill. And I had to come into network marketing valuing the fact that I'm going to have to learn a new skill. But what happens when people join network marketing? They just assume you walk through the door, you make your money, and it's there's a lot of work that we have to do on ourselves first and foremost. Excuse me, that we have to do first and foremost. And if we treat it like a job, let's just side hustle a bit. If we treat it like a job, it's my first day at my new job.
Yeah.
I got a job as a marketing manager.
Yeah.
I've never been a marketing manager.
Yeah.
I just was really good at the interview.
Yeah.
And I know that there is a 3-month period, probationary period that you have to do. Is that what? I can't remember, so long ago. 3-month probationary period. And then within that time, they're going to give you the grace and the space to learn the necessary skills, do a few tests, do a few exams, and then they're going to push you out. And even then, you've got someone shadowing you.
Yeah.
It's no different to network marketing. The difference is that you've actually got a whole community behind you. And it's not going to take 3 months. Obviously, it's an ongoing journey. So network marketing, when you set up any business, it's not just about, yes, I've got a business, yes, I'm doing this, but there's a lot of inner work that has to take shape as well. And that's what people don't realize. Yeah. You're up against yourself consistently because you're going to doubt yourself and you're going to worry yourself. But how you make it through is that you lean back on your community. Yeah. You lean back on your mentor and your support network. Mm-hmm. That is all it is. So when you come in and you're like, oh, I'm not sure. When you come to me, I can only speak for myself, and I'm sure Olivia is the same. I want to find out what your goal is. Yes. I want to find out what your vision is. I want to find out what you want to do for your family, your community, and your people.
And if that's 500 euros, if that's 1,000, or if that's just, putting food on your table, or, bringing them to Disneyland in France or in Orlando, although I do say Orlando's better than France, but that's another thing. Yeah. It's that. You answered what you're wanting. And I will tell you, and I love what you said, because this is so true. You're going to battle yourself every single day. And there's this quote right now, which is under the book, but you winning is, oh man, can you get the last book under this?
This one?
Yeah, last one. No, the this winning. Yeah. Sorry. No worries. This is free flow, guys. But you guys look super low, but it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
Winning takes you to hell. And if you quit, that's where you stay. Mm-hmm. From Tim Grover. Winning wants all of you, and there is no balance. Winning wants all of you. Hey, Lillian, and there is no balance. Winning takes you to hell, and if you quit, that's where you stay. And winning is a marathon. It is not a marathon. It's a sprint with no finish line.
That's right.
But winning and working on yourself is everything. Because you face you. I loved what you said. Yeah. I just had to alliterate it because
that's fine. And that's pretty much it. So when people come to me, I'm going to be checking in with you. What do you want? What attracted you to me? What A, B, and C? Because it's all about expectations, right? And you also want to check that how I show up online is how I show up in person as well. I've been duped quite a lot. People talk a good game.
Oh, and when you see them and they're like, no, I know that what I see her here is the same as what, you'll see me. I mean, Arlette knows the same. What I show on social media is the same offline, online. I'm probably just a little bit quieter.
I'm a little bit quiet as well. I didn't realize. I thought I was a right chat box, but actually in person, very quiet. So then, once we've established that, then we work towards your goals. And then that's where I place you mentally, not literally. And I'll be like, okay, so you want A, and that is fine. And I will support you to get there. So the downside on a personal level of network marketing is that your mentor is fully invested in you.
Yeah.
We really are. We want it probably more than what you do. Yeah. So when people
will believe more in you than you will believe in yourself.
So when people come into my inner circle, I've made a note of what you've said, and I'm always going to bring you back to it. That's okay, Lolita. I love that name. Just came in my head. It's okay, Lolita.
Where are you?
It's okay, Lolita, if that you this is not for you, whatever. I
Yeah.
just don't want people giving up on
Yeah,
themselves.
it's the giving up that we don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Love that.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
I know that you have the capabilities.
Yeah.
If it's, do you need more skill
Yeah.
set? Do you need more support? Do I need to put you in touch with somebody else? And then sometimes, and this is for network marketing leaders, I want to share, some people may come to you with huge potential and action, and they are excelling, you're coaching, you're training, you're mentoring, takes them where they need to be. But because they're learning how to do work on themselves, they may think, you know what, I have everything that I need, and I actually want to go in a different direction.
And letting them go.
You have to have
peace.
peace.
That one is a big one.
It's a big one, but you have to have peace with that. And what I tell my other leaders is that, well, what I say about myself is, I've impacted a difference and a change in that person's life, and no matter where they go,
that chapter.
That's right.
At that chapter.
Exactly. And no matter where they go, they're gonna have a little etching of my name on their heart. No, joking.
A stamp, an imprint, like you've got it on your heart. Exactly. I absolutely love that, and that is so beautiful. So
I think I'll just stop it there because I can talk.
We could talk for hours. We only have 45 minutes, and we have Aulette here that's wanting to run. She's like, I am not moving. I don't want to miss the end of this convo. Okay, girl, you can start. But guys, if you are watching here and this resonated with Makeda, and you're like, look, I want to know more, reach out to her. She's an awesome woman. I'll leave this on Insta so you guys can also just check that out. But yeah, we just really wanted to talk about things that really will stand out. And if you have something within you, remember to do it. And the worst thing that can happen to your life is you're going to fail, but you're going to fail forward because you're going to figure out what does not work. So guys, we love you and appreciate you. Remember to be you, do you. The world does not dictate who you are, but you dictate the world. See you. You're welcome. Yeah, we need to eat. Bye guys. Bye. Ciao.